Of the sideline, John Dunning and Mick Haley trying to get the right matchups. And the kill to start things out for Copenhagen. She's kind of taken over as the #1 choice for USC to go to. And a tough serve from Copenhagen and a couple of quick points for Southern California.
And we have felt it so far. This is a match of momentum and streakiness. And so when USC started quickly in that first game, went off to the big lead, finished it out, started poorly in games 2 and 3 and ended up losing.
Francie Gerard with the kill. She becomes the 4th player now into double-digit kills. Was a starter on their 2004 national championship team with Bryn Kehoe. Trying to grab another one before they pick up their diplomas. Alex Kleinman, yes.
That set is called a rip, and it's because Kleinman loves to come barreling in and rips it, and that's her favorite area to go, that sharp cross court. The block has to move in more to stop her, but she's good at adjusting. If they move in too much, she'll hit the line.
Here's Alex again, and the net violation called on Stanford. Another whistle and another net violation for Stanford. Point to USC.
And it looks like right now Kleinman is just getting to the front row as Kachor has gotten to the front row, and that has not been a good matchup for USC so far this match.
The Pac-10 Freshman of the Year. When you're talking about players at Stanford, you're not only talking about championships, you're talking about establishing a legacy. When you think of some of the freshmen that have come before her and have put up impressive numbers and have won championships during the course of their career. Players like Kerry Walsh and Logan Tom and Kristen Ferkel, and some of the all-time greats of the college game.
And Ogana Namani, and in fact, 5 out of the last 7 years, they've had the freshman Pac-10 Freshman of the Year. Stanford has. You're never going to go through a down cycle if you have the best freshman of almost every class. It's a nice luxury that Dunning has talked about before.
Julianne Fawcett of Texas was the national Freshman of the Year this season. Had a terrific year with the Longhorns. We will see last year's Freshman of the Year, Megan Hodge, now in her sophomore season with Penn State in our second semifinal, taking on the Cal Bears. Kleinman fisted up by Copenhagen, who got down to keep it alive. Ailes to Kehoe to Gerard for the kill.
Coach Haley cheering them on. They did everything right. The Trojans did that play. Got a good touch off of that tough backslide that Waller runs, but it did not deflect to the right area there. That's what's so tough about that Stanford offense. Every hitter capable of putting the ball away every single point.
Valuka uncontested in the middle.
And that's one of the things she does so well, running to her left. Watch here, she's going to go a little to her left, but then hit the ball to her right. The blocker feels her going that way. The blocker reaches the way she's running, and then it's wide open the other way.
Geisen, they tried the tip again without the libero on the floor right now for Stanford, but it's defended well by the Cardinal. And the block, and then it falls in. Nope, check that. A whistle against USC, point for the Cardinal.
I think the linesman called that it went outside the antenna.
And then the service error committed by Stanford to give the point right back.
We have yet to see a close game in this match.
Yep.
It's been a little surprising, but keeping it a little closer here. We'll see if if it gets to be a little less decisive in this game 4. If they keep serving out like this, it'll take us right to the end.
Not what you like to see when you put somebody on there specifically to serve the ball, and They give a point the other way. Ailes now, the libero, is back into the lineup for Stanford with Lichtman scoring. The block by Feluca and Kleinman.
And that's where, when you have Akinradwo and Kleinman blocking, she hit it. Watch, she's going to hit it right into that block instead of back to her left. The thing that was open was where Kehoe was not blocking. She didn't pull in to help out there. Got to hit that ball back down the line.
Kocher has been quiet since game one. Feluca tried to tip around it and gets the point. Akinradwo, she's got 4 limbs going 4 different ways every time she goes up. So hard to read where she's going with it.
Only 5 kills after the end of game 1, now up to 20.
Kocher with the finesse. Rolls that one over the block. Asha with 18 kills.
That's a tough play to stop. She slowed her arm swing down at the last minute. Just came squirting off, and Kleinman wasn't in a position to get that ball up.
And the ace, that's the 5th of the match for USC. Trojans need game 4 to force a 5th to decide it. Cardinal just need to win this game, and they move on. Over the head from Kehoe for the kill.
That's what's so tough about Kehoe. She brings that right hand up. We've seen her so often set her quick hitter. This time she puts it over the net, but most often that ball goes to Akinradwo. That's what the blocker was waiting for.
First kill for Bryn tonight. Kocher's dug. Feluca behind. Johansson couldn't handle it. 21 now for Akinradwo, the Pac-10 Player of the Year, the junior from Plantation, Florida. One of the front runners to be named National Player of the Year tomorrow. Barboza through the floor on that kill for Cynthia.
And when Kleinman hits that serve with that kind of velocity, the USC players have to change the angle of their arms a little, point it up, less like the floor and more point that ball up into the air.
Kocher responds. Asha now back to serve. And go at Barboza again. Kleinman with the tip, wide open down the line.
Boy, that's a number of times now that Hillgren has been burned by that shot. We saw it earlier from Akinradwo. I think she needs to be leaning more forward. It's much easier to control those soft shots than the ones that are coming at you hard. So you have to make those plays on the soft shots.
Carrico goes to Copenhagen. Ailes keeps it alive. Carrico tried to push it deep. Now Kehoe looks to Gerard on the tip. Lichtman got a hand on it. Barboza drills it wide. Point SC, and we're tied up at 12 apiece.
And in the middle of that play, Johansson made a much better play than a couple plays ago where she just kind of, the ball barely came out of her fingertips. That time, when she's not a blocker, but she's in the front row, she has to come over and play some defense.
Barboza blocked. Chance for Southern Cal. Carrico looks to Copenhagen. Off the side of the hand of Akinradwo, or Gerard, excuse me.
And that brought a rare smile from Coach Haley on that one. Good control play by the Trojans. We'll see if Kehoe can go back, get Gerard going in that offense.
They've struggled against Stanford in their NCAA tournament history, but they did beat the Cardinal for the 2002 National Championship. And Mick Haley has had some success against Stanford, a winning record in his 7 years at USC.
And that's something that almost no school can claim.
Barboza blocked again. Bishop alongside Carrico.
Bishop did the best job I've seen anybody do in reaching to her left with those fingers and those hands to take away that sharp angle.
4 straight points for USC to grab the lead midway through Game 4, and a must-win for the Trojans. Back in Sacramento, USC trying to force a 5th game to decide who moves on to play for the national championship. The NCAA Women's Volleyball Championships continue with the championship match on December 15th at 9 Eastern on ESPN2. For more information on the Women's Volleyball Championships, go to NCAAsports.com, the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships. Do a little research on that website. You'll find that the Cardinal are looking for their 7th NCAA title. It would be a 4th for USC. Let's check in with Kathy Nelson.
Thanks, Beth. John Dunning, in his last time out, encouraged his team, much like he did in Game 1, to hit the ball high. He said, hey, we're hitting it too low. We're challenging their block low. We've got to hit it higher. Karch, that's something obviously you've dealt with dealing with big blocks in the past.
Absolutely, especially when you're a smaller hitter, and Barboza is not the size of Kleinman at only 6 feet, even though she's a great jumper. Got to be careful of hitting those too sharp angles like we saw Bishop take it away from her a couple of plays ago.